Hello students, we have an example of an ellipse. First of all, we have to think about the rules. Is it horizontal or vertical? Okay, so this is the example. We have to reduce these steps till we will get the rule, like x minus h square y minus k square is equal to. For horizontal or vertical, this will not change. Only the difference is this a and b or a and b like this. Okay, if we write a square here, it means this is horizontal. If we write a square here, it will be vertical, but we are not sure till we reduce the steps till the end. Now, what should we do here, guys? We have to separate x's in one side and then y into the beside it, and then the numbers to the other side. So we have to send this number 1 to other side first, and then bring this to x square and 4x beside each other. And then, after that, 3y squared plus 6y equal to 1. After this, we have to take out this 2 because x should be alone. So, x squared, 2 is common. 2 divided by 2 is 1, x squared, plus 4 divided by 2 is 2x. And then plus, we have to say a square, okay? And we will put the square later. 3 is common here. Open another bracket for y. 3 divided by 3 is gone. Y squared will remain, plus 6 divided by 3 is 2. So 2y's remain. And plus what? We don't have any number, equal to 1. Guys, now we have to add 2 more things. Let me clean this, This is 1. We have to say plus a number, a square, but we don't know this square. And in front of this square we have 2, so we can say plus 2 square. And here we have another square. We have to say 3 multiply this square, so plus 3 and this square. How can I find this number? By this, by b. 2 divided by 2 is 1. 1 power 2 is, we can write like this, b over 2 power 2, which is equal to b over 2. B is 2. 2 divided by 2 power 2, which is equal to 1. Because this is equal to 1 and 1 power 2 is 1. So we have to write 1 here. And in this one, we have to write 1. Same, okay? Because when we put a number here, we have to put the same number there. For this square, we have to find by this. So it is same as this one, which is we have to say 1 by 1. And then, what should we do? This is a perfect square. We made a perfect square. So open a square, bracket or parenthesis power 2 plus this 3 parenthesis power 2, which is equal to 2 multiply 1 is 2. 1 plus 2 is 3. 3 plus 3 is 6. Okay? And then, what should we do? Take a factor from here, take a factor from here, and take the sign from the middle. That's it. Take a factor from the first, take a factor from the end, and take a sign from the middle. So, it's look like each other, but this part we have 1, here we have 6. So we can say divided by 6 for all the fractions, all the parts, let's say. We will make a fraction. And then 2 and 6 cancel, this becomes 3. And 3 and 6 cancel, this becomes 2. So we have here which one's greater? This one's greater, so this is a square and this is b square. Why? I decided here this is a square, this is b square. The greatest one will be the greatest number. This is 3 and this is 2. So the greatest one will be a and the smallest one will be b. So now we can say a square is equal to 3. So a is equal to what? A is equal to square root of 3. B square is equal to 2. So b is equal to what? B is equal to square root of 2. From these we can say c square is equal to a square minus b square, which is equal to 3 minus 2, which is equal to 1. So c square is equal to 1. And then we can say c is also equal to 1. How about h and k? H is negative 1. Why? Because negative h is equal to plus 1. And we can say negative h is equal to plus 1. Or we can just say opposite sign of plus 1 is minus 1. We can just say h is equal to minus 1. And k is equal to, this is plus 1. The opposite of plus 1 is negative 1. So negative 1 and negative 1 is the center of this ellipse. And after this we have to graph. This is negative 1 and this, let me make it bigger, sorry. This is negative 1, let's say, and this is negative 1. So this is the point. And it must be horizontal. So this is square root of 3, so it means 1.5, isn't it? 1.57, something like this. So the ellipse will come here, this is 1 till here 1, and 1.57, it's nearly like this. And square root of 2 is less than, we can say, it's a little bit greater than 1. So it contains here. So our ellipse will be like this. Okay, sorry. It will be like this. So how can I find this? By the h and k. This is minus 1 and minus 1. Okay, now let's talk about the names. Their name is vertexes. This and this are vertexes. So we can say this is the horizontal will change, so this vertical will never change because they are in the same level of vertical. So this k will not change. Only this minus 1 change. So minus 1 minus square root of 3, so it becomes what? Minus 1 minus square root of 3, we can say. We can simplify more, that's it. Or we can do it by points, we can use calculator. For this one, we have to add them. Minus 1 plus square root of 3. Of course, we have to add, for this side we have to add them, and for this side we have to subtract them. You have to know this. For those two, their name is secondary vertexes. Okay? Secondary vertexes. Those secondary vertexes, which one change? H or K? Of course, in this one, K will change because the vertical change, so this H will remain. So write minus 1 for both. And we will use B for this one. B is square root of 2, so we can say minus 1 plus square root of 2. Sorry. Minus 1 plus square root of 2, and minus 1 plus square root of, minus square root of 2. So this becomes minus 2 point something, and this becomes plus 0 point something, okay? Two more things just remain. We have to use C. C is equal to 1. But which one change? Which of the elements, or H or K, which one change? This is horizontal. Horizontal transforming. This point go to there. So it is horizontal will change. This minus 1 plus 1, it becomes 0, and this will remain. the vertical will remain. Let me repeat this again, sorry. This is minus 1, and C is 1. Minus 1 plus 1, it becomes 0. And minus 1 again, minus 1, it becomes minus 2. So those are foci, and those two are vertices, and those two are secondary vertex. Now let's talk about the major axis and the minor axis. The major axis is 2a, which is equal to a squared of 3 is equal to 2 squared of 3, which is equal to nearly 3, okay, or 3 point something. And the minor axis is 2b, which is equal to 2 multiply square root of 2. This one becomes 2 point something. Those are easy, guys, if you use those steps. But if you memorize the rules, you will not be sure on any points here, okay? If you use the rules like this, for example, when you talk about the vertex, you have to say h and k. We have, for this h, we have to say plus a or minus a, okay? But if this is vertical, we have to say plus a and minus a for k. We have to say k plus a and k minus a. So those all will change. But if you use the graph, not need to memorize this, okay? This has two options. If it is horizontal, it will have a rule, and if it is vertical, it has another rule. Be careful, don't memorize those kinds of rules. You can do it by the graph. I hope you understand this very well.